Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to create an Etsy file for an embroidery file. So not every embroidery machine uses PES, even though that one's probably the most talked about one because brother embroidery machines are huge right now and that's the format that they use. But there are other machines that require DST or VP3, like Viking machines. So I'm going to show you how I go about creating multiple file formatting options for everybody that could potentially want to purchase this file off of my Etsy shop. When you click on new, it'll bring you to the workspace so you can create a design, but what we're going to be, the tab that we are underneath is design library. Once you're in design library, you're going to be underneath the manage design tab. This is where you're going to be using this button here, convert selected designs. Convert the selected design in the design library window into different file types. In order to get this to glow, you have to pick a file that you want to change the file format. So basically from here, you're just going to go and locate the folder of your 4x4 and your 5x7 file that is in PES or whatever file format that you saved first. This example, we're going to be doing a bottle of Dr. Pepper 4x4 and the 5x7 file. And as you can see, when I hover over it, it does say the file type is PES. So we're just basically going to left click and grab on to both of the files, and once they turn blue like this, as you can see, the convert selected designs button has now started to glow, and now we can click on it. Now you have a couple of options. Basically, you get to decide where you want the converted designs to be stored. So you're going to click on the browse button, and from here you're going to find the folder that you want the file formats to be saved into. So you're probably going to want it to be saved in the folder that you started out with. So you're basically going to find the same folder that you found in the beginning. So underneath the downloads drop down menu, that's where I can find the bottle of Dr. Pepper folder, and then I press OK. And now you can see that the download save area has changed to where I would like it to be. Now I can move down here to the bottom. Okay, so as you can see, there's a ton of different options, but the most used file formats is going to be JEF for the Janome embroidery machines, VP3 for the Viking embroidery machines, and DST for the Tajima embroidery machines. So if they reach out to me and they say, hey, I have a Singer machine which uses an XXX, then I would go under this profile and download the XXX file and send it to them that way. Now you're going to click on convert. And it lets you know that the conversion has been completed successfully, and you're going to press OK. And as you can see, the new file conversions have all popped up in the folder that we were in the beginning of the video. Every single file format that I need is here, and for both sizes as well, the 4x4 and the 5x7. Now it's time to do the final step. So underneath the digital files tab, this is where you're going to want to click on the embroidery file that you just created. So whenever you want to just click on the embroidery file, like literally just the 5x7 file, if I go to upload it, it's not going to accept it. You're going to get this error message, and you may be wondering why you're getting that error message. The reason why you're getting this error message is because you need to compress your file. So you need to be selling zip files, and I'm going to show you how to create a zip file. Go over to the folder that you just created, and you're going to right click on the folder, and from there a tab is going to pop up with a couple of different options, and you're going to click on compress, and there you have it. Now you have a compressed zip file that has every file format that you plan to sell onto Etsy. Okay, so from here now you can see that when I double click on the zip file, it does successfully upload onto the Etsy listing digital file tab. You're probably wondering, what should you name the file? You're going to want to name the file exactly what it is. So that's going to be Dr. Pepper bottle. And then this is what's important because this is how they're going to find your design, embroidery. Dr. Pepper and bottle embroidery vial. You can even put the size that you plan to sell. So 4x4 and 5x7. And you can even put the file formats. Okay. So now that you have all of that inside of the title, now it's time to focus on the photos. So I love to use Canva for this. I swear by Canva for literally everything, but especially for the Etsy pictures because Canva allows you to turn the document size into literally any dimension, inches, and in px. I have no idea what px stands for, but Etsy pictures require 2000 by 2000 px, and Canva lets me do that. So I sit in Canva and I create. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a blank document just to start completely from scratch so I can show you exactly how I would go about this. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is start off with a banner, okay? Because I want the banner to be the first thing that they see, and the banner is gonna tell them what they're buying, okay? Because customers like to be spoon-fed. They like to know exactly what's going on so they can understand it, but like quickly so they don't have to like look around too much, right? So you're just going to start off in the elements and click on square, and then you can just move it across like I just did to create that banner, right? And from there you're going to click on text, and this is where you're going to create the information that you want them to know. So what I would say is important to let them know is the file size, because that's something that they're asking quite often. What file size am I buying? You're buying a 4x4 and a 5x7 embroidery file. Another thing that they also ask is information on the file format, right? So now it's time to type in all the file formats that you decided to create inside of the software. You saved PES, DST, JEF, and VP3. Okay, we're inclusive. So, and you can also add something in your bio of your shop, just kind of something along the lines of like, hey, if you need an additional file format or size, reach out to me so they can know that they can reach out to you. Okay, now it's your time to show your personality and change the format of the font and get funky with it. Okay, we can do some cursive, we could do this, we could do that, we could keep it like really formal and to the point. Okay, maybe you just mean business. So there we have it. We have this really super like to the point banner. Okay, we can even get super fun with the banner and put dots on the banner. How fun would that be? Okay, hold on, that's not gonna work. We'll do this one. All right, and we gotta make it big. Wait, why are they so tiny? So yeah, I feel like even something like that is fun and inviting and like really gets their attention on what matters most, and that is this lovely banner that you created so they can know what they're buying. And the background of this, you're going to focus on the design that they're going to be purchasing. Okay, so now that we have it here, you just want to make sure that the design stays within this purple box, because if you go too far up above the purple box, then once you're inside of this the Etsy listing, you'll see that it gets cut off. And now it's time to get started with our watermark, which is the final act of this process. So let's say, okay, we'll just do shop name for fun, and I'm just gonna copy it. Okay, so from here, now I'm just gonna literally copy the 3 rows I just created and literally keep on pasting until I get to the end. Nice. Okay, and don't be afraid if it like overlaps, because sometimes that makes it look even better. So, and again, it is completely up to you what font that you want this to be. You can get very funky and get super fun and just like, you know, really play around with it. You could even just do something right in the middle like that. That's kind of fun, right? Okay, so now this is how you go about making it not as bold on top, because you literally can't see anything else except for the watermark. Okay, so this is where you go on the transparency button up here, the top, and you just drag the button a little bit lower and you can see it starting to disappear a little bit. And just go and go and go until you feel like that's a fair amount where you can still see everything that's going on. But if somebody took a picture of it, it would just be your shop name on it and everybody would know where they got the file from. Now you can download it, right? And you just want to save it as a PNG. You don't want to save it as an SVG or anything. There's no need for that. It's not necessary. And once that downloads, now you can just go on over to the listing embroidery file. Now in the description, there's going to be a lot of keywords that come up as well that may be beneficial for you to add. But essentially, you just want to explain, like, you know, hey, you're purchasing an embroidery file, not a physical item, because some people think that this is a patch, and that's a fair judgment to make. I cannot lie. All right. And just keep that there. And then from here, you can decide how much you feel like is a fair price. And now it also tells you your profit as well, so that's helpful. And you can go ahead and make the quantity 999 so you don't have to come back in here and update the quantity over and over again. So this is the preview of what we're working with here. Okay, we have the picture, we have the price, we have the title of the item as well, we have the description. Okay, and this is how it's going to look for them. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any other questions regarding your Etsy shop or your embroidery files or the software for digitizing, anything at all, please comment. I'd be more than happy to help you out. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or evening. Take care.